Hi Bill, we're going to open up a Photoshop file here. I'm going to go create new. I'm going to come over here to web and I'm going to turn off this artboards checkbox on the left. Another thing I want to do, I just noticed, is if you go over here it says background contents, it says white. What we're going to do is we're going to set this to transparent. That way we don't have any white background on there at all and we don't have to remove it or anything. It's just transparent. We're going to go ahead and click create. So now we've got our transparent background here. And what I want to show you is I'm going to place a embedded SVG file here of a Wi-Fi symbol, and I'm gonna go ahead and I can scale it up here and scale and move it around, and I'm gonna hit enter to accept that scaling. Over here in the layers panel we can see has a smart object icon associated with it, and what I couldn't see on your machine when we were double clicking on it was it actually opens up Illustrator. It should automatically on your machine. So when Illustrator opens up, now you're in the editing mode. You can take your black selection arrow, the top arrow in the toolbox here, click on the object you want to change color, and you can see all of these are selected. So if they're all selected, you can just go ahead and under the properties panel, or click on fill, and then what I'm going to have you do is there's a little painter's easel here called color mixer. I'm going to click on that. Down below here we can put in our RGB values that you need or a hex color that you want to work with. I don't really know a hex color, so I'm going to drag it around until I find a color I like, and I'm going to let up. So I'm going to use this hex color, and I'm going to click back on the properties panel. So that's the fill color. There's no stroke around this object, it's just filled with this color. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to file, and I'm going to under Illustrator, because I'm on a Mac, I'm going to quit. You're going to go under File and exit out of Illustrator. It's going to ask if you want to save changes, and we say yes, save those. Once we're back in Photoshop, it automatically updates to that green. So again, to let you know, if you want to change a color really quick, easy to do, I'm going to double click on the little icon in the layers panel where it says Smart Object Thumbnail. That should automatically start up Adobe Illustrator on your machine. You'll notice at the top of the screen it says Adobe Illustrator. Take your selection tool and click on this. Come over here, that means it's selected. It shows you the fill color currently. We're going to click on that and we're going to come over here to the color mixer. You're going to type in whatever hex number you want, and I'll just dial one in here. We'll say this color here. Go right over here to and quit out of Illustrator. Now I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to go under Illustrator to quit, but since you're on a Windows machine, you're going to go under File and Exit. So once you change that color, you can click once, and then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can quit out of Illustrator, save changes, and now they're updated back here. So that just gives us a clue what was going on how to change those colors. It could be the Illustrator was booting already on your machine and we just didn't notice, and I just didn't notice it because my eyes are so bad on that small screen. So right now this particular document actually has two layers. The layer we started with on the brand new web document, which is here layer 1, and when we placed or went to file and placed an embedded SVG, that put it on its own layer. So if you don't need this blank layer, just drag the layer to the trash and that will get rid of it. So I just wanted you to know this is the quickest way I know of right now to change colors of an SVG file when it's in Photoshop. Thanks, Bill.